What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Monday 8-game main slate here to start off the work week. Your guy, James Grande, is going to be on that Monday playbook. Should be an interesting slate here. We got some top-end pitching. Got a couple of pitchers making their return to the mound. Joe Musgrove coming off the IL here to make a start against Pittsburgh. We'll see where he fits possibly on our board, because he did not look very good beginning this year here. Some other matchups that we've looked to target this season. Weather-wise, I think we're looking pretty clear. We don't have any cores, so not a bad 8-gamer.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Good teams, bad teams, good blend of pitching, good blend of hitting, so it should be a fun breakdown.
Your top starters face off against each other. Chris Sale, Blake Snell. Sale 10-5 against the Giants. Snell 9-3 against the Atlanta Braves. Freddie Peralta also $9,300 going up against the Dodgers. Pablo Lopez 92 against the Royals, and Louis Heel at $9K against the White Sox. My assumption here is Louis Heel will be rather chalky in this matchup here, but what's your take of the 9K and above range?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a case for all of them. I agree on your Louis Heel point. I do think he'll also be the chalky play. He's looked pretty good outside the walks against the Angels, but even with 5 walks in that start, he didn't allow a run and gets a win and has 23 fantasy points. So Louis Heel from earlier in the year is back, which is a good sign, and obviously tremendous spot. So I think that's your chalk pitcher. I think the rest of the it's interesting because Chris Sale is your best pitcher of the day, coming off the weirdest start he's made all year, where he got hit around but still limited damage and struck everyone out, and still, although he didn't even complete 5 innings, had 20 fantasy points, which is not good enough at 10-5. But I mean, at that point, if you're Chris Sale, if you rostered Chris Sale in that start and you allow 11 base runners and you're like, wow, I still got 20 fantasy points out of that start, like, you're happy.
Yeah, that's like some starts that Nick Pivetta has made this year.
Yeah, the Framber,
like Hunter Green from last year was doing this on the reg, it felt like.
Yep.
You know?
So, like, there's obviously an incredibly high ceiling with Chris Sale. That's why he's priced the way he is. So I have no problem getting there. I think the Blake Snell play is one of the more interesting ones in the league. It's a very small sample for Atlanta over the last month against lefties. They also lead baseball in strikeout rate against lefties over the last month. Nearly 39%. I mean, 38.9. So, like, we could just call that 39, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, and this, I don't know if this is bold or not, I'm not sure anyone is striking people out at a better rate than Blake Snell has been lately. I mean,
I think it was like a 14K per 9. I think we saw, or something like that, going into like last game. Let's see what it is right now. So I mean, over the last couple of starts, rather on the year, it's 3.5. So still super strong, 31.5% strikeout rate. But I think like over his last like 5 starts, it was some.
You mean 13.5?
Yeah, 13.5. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, this is the pitcher that's won 2 Cy Youngs, right? Like, the pre-injury Blake Snell, these are 2 different pitchers this year. I mean, late start to the year, Blake Snell, whatever you want to call the beginning of his year to now, these are 2 different guys. So I'm good getting to Snell. Obviously, Atlanta's bats woke up a little bit. Also, Coors Field was in play the last 3 days. So, like, what factor is that? Going from Coors to San Francisco is a large change. So
yeah,
I'm good getting to Snell.
I really like Snell. I just want to comment quickly. Like, you're not even just the strikeout rate over the last 30 days. You want to even sort of talk about this matchup in general. Now, Chris Sale obviously is a different beast, but the San Francisco Giants as an offense last 30 days, right up there with strikeout rate 28%. But they come with a 235 ISO, a 360 WOBA, and a 270 batting average against left-handed pitching. So yes, striking out. Also, yes, hammering left-handed pitching. Atlanta is not doing that. They're 26th in WOBA. They have a 140 ISO. They have a 200 batting average to go with the 39% strikeout rate there. So to your point as well, the difference in plate appearances over the last 30 days, also pretty stark. Atlanta, just 95 total plate appearances against left-handed pitching, so limited sample size. The Giants have 313. That's the third most plate appearances against lefties over the last month. So to see the Giants with the third most plate appearances against lefties and still hold a 235 ISO, a 360 WOBA, and a 274 batting average there, I mean, that's pretty strong stuff that Chris Sale is going to have to go up against. So, Snell for $1,200 cheaper with as much, if not more, strikeout potential, I think. And obviously in this one matchup, I would have me leaning to him in this spot, if I had to pick somebody.
That game total, John, I just wanted to look just because obviously
5.5.
6.5. Yeah. I mean, that you don't see many 6.5 totals, right? Like that is like suggesting just no runs. It's just going to be impossible to score. And I think Snell and Sale can provide that. Peralta's obviously what he is.
Yeah.
He has big games in spots you don't expect. He has bad games in spots you don't expect. Like that's the Freddie Peralta experience, baby. Get on board or don't, right? Like it's GPPs or bust for Freddie Peralta.
If you're going to face the Dodgers, now sort of the time to do it. Shohei Ohtani's taking like 215 over the last 30 days.
Right.
They're kind of a middle of the pack offense in terms of WOBA, batting average against right-handed pitching. Now, obviously, ISO is still huge. The 195 ISO they just hit for a ridiculous amount of power. Strikeout rate, though, 5th highest strikeout rate against righties over the last 30 days here for the Dodgers. So Peralta, another guy, it's going to get hit around a little bit. It's going to give up some runs. He could also get you 10 strikeouts in that game. So, so I'm kind of with you there. If you want to be super different, nobody ever goes into a game pitching against the Dodgers. We tried to sway some of you guys on Friday who wanted to go pitch Mitch Keller. And we're like, you can, if you really want to, you can go get to Mitch Keller. Didn't necessarily work out, as he kind of alluded may happen. Lopez is the other guy that like, hey, we think he's back, and then it's like, oh no, it's
the no strikeouts was so infuriating in that spot. And this is a spot the Royals don't strike out, so another put him in the Peralta bucket. Torments probably, and like because 200 less, Luis Heel is going to get all the ownership. 300 or 100 more, Blake Snell in an infinitely better spot.
Yeah, agreed. Brandon Pfaadt here at home against Colorado. Pfaadt's been a guy that we've talked a lot about this year because the peripheral numbers on him always suggested that he is getting pretty unlucky. And the Diamondbacks, as a team, have started to surge back. They're making their late season run. You can't get Jake McCarthy out all of a sudden. That guy is been like one of the hottest hitters in baseball. They did lose Ketel Marte. Lourdes Gurriel left today. But we'll talk about offense in a second here. Pitching wise, Ryan Nelson went out on Friday. Absolutely dominated. They got Merrill Kelly back. Brandon Pfaadt is here in a good spot against Colorado. I could see many lineups starting Snell, Pfaadt, Heel, Pfaadt, on this 8-game slate and kind of moving along.
Yeah, Pfaadt's been great, dude. It's been a elongated stretch too, and also baked in is how good their offense has been to that, like you said, and the matchup against Bradley Blaylock, who is apparently pitching for the Rockies. I don't know if that's
what.
I mean, that is the listed starter. Let's just check Fangraphs real quick and see if that is actually I'm assuming that's...
You check that out. Last 5 starts for Brandon Pfaadt here over the last 30 days. 297 FIP, 3.5 xFIP here. Never a big strikeout guy, but limiting the damage. 258 WOBA against, 216 batting average against there. So a lot of good numbers for Pfaadt as he draws a matchup now against a Colorado Rockies team outside of course.
He is... In fact, this Blaylock guy is, in fact, listed as the starter.
Okay.
He's pitched 1 inning in June, and he has mainly pitched a AA this year. So, we'll see how that goes. He's $4,000 on this slate. But
I feel like it's in a good spot. Colorado on the road this year, sorry to cut you off there, 28th in WOBA. 282 average there. Batting average on the road, second to last, only the White Sox at 219. 28% strikeout rate for Colorado on the road this season. Highest in all of baseball.
28th is higher than I would have put it. I would have put him dead. I probably would have put him dead last time.
No, the White Sox are
that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, not a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Pfaadt for sure.
Okay. thoughts on sort of the rest of this tier? We've played some Brady Singer in the past. I don't know if you like him against Minnesota. Not really going to touch Brian Bayo against Texas. You do have Musgrove off the IL. Kershaw is $7,700 against Milwaukee. The rest of the pitching leaves a lot to be desired.
I think Singer has given us no reason to pitch him on the road this year compared to his home numbers. Also, he struggles with lineups heavily lefty riddled. I guess this isn't one of them. Minnesota's pretty split. We'll see, possibly in tournaments. Bayo, the way Seager's swinging the bat right now, I don't know if I really am interested in Bayo with all the home run issues that he's
I
had.
definitely wouldn't pitch him now.
Musgrove, I don't like that he only threw 43 pitches in his last rehab start.
Yeah,
so probably
weird,
can't
right?
go there. Yeah. I mean, it's an elbow. Also, like, they just need him to be ready for the postseason. Maybe. I don't even know if they do. Like, is he even in your rotation, right? Like, so.
I mean, he would have to kind of pitch lights out. And obviously, the last couple of outings for him prior to getting hurt back in May were a little better. You know, twice against Cincinnati and then New York, but definitely, needs to pitch, markedly improved over the last. What do you think he makes? 4 starts over the next month, something like that.
Yeah,
probably?
I mean, probably something. I would say he has 3, 4, 5, 6. He has a 6, 7, 8 starts somewhere in there. Yeah, I mean, so he could get up to full, just not now. Markedly better was Clayton Kershaw in his 3rd start, for what that's worth. Still didn't complete 5 innings. Still was limited to 81 pitches.
I was gonna say, I think he's on a pitch count limit. I think that they haven't said it, but that's what I'm kind of assuming, that he's around 80. They let him finish the batter. He was at 81 the game before that. Obviously, he had some trouble there against the Padres. They just took him out of that game. But I think 80. I'm assuming 80 pitches is possibly a limit for him. Is Roberts ever going to let us know when he's going to lift that? Probably not.
No.
Will they even lift the limit for now? Like, they could just keep him at 80 till, playoff Kershaw time comes around. Milwaukee against left-handed pitching.
Been good.
Yeah,
really
middle of the pack lately.
Seventh in OPS. Seventh in OPS over the last 30 days.
Yeah, 5th in WOBA last 30 days. So 122 ISO, though.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, a lot of they don't have, in general, I mean, his power bat is against right-handed pitching.
Yeah.
They lost Yelich, who wasn't even hitting all that many home runs.
And that's lefty.
And
Reese Hopkins has been really good, so maybe that's a.
I mean, and obviously Chorio's been amazing, but that power has come on. There has not been a lot of power other than the Hoskins Chorio pairing.
William Contreras, obviously.
Yeah, but he only has 13 home runs this year, so it's not like it's even William Contreras has been amazing, but it's just he's a good he's just a good hitter.
Yeah.
I'm probably not getting to Kershaw here. I think this position is largely bad. I would possibly take a shot on Bowden Francis. I was completely wrong about him last time against Baltimore. He looked really good in that game. The strikeouts were obviously the most important thing here, and I think it's hard to classify him maybe as an arm that doesn't miss bats. Every time he's been extended, I mean, his first start of the year, 7 strikeouts. I know he got shelled. His second start of the year, he got shelled, 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. And this last start, 7. So 3 of the 4 starts he's made, I mean, he's missed bats. And it is the Angels, who I know, I mean, they're 26th in OPS. They have you want to talk about bad isolated powers, 113 over the last 30 days against right-handed pitching, and a 24% strikeout rate. 5,800 for Bowden Francis is a little bit interesting to me, just given the Angels lineup and just given the pitching after thought, right? Pitching after thought, and
pitching is an afterthought.
Afterthought. Nice bars, dude. Change that. Maybe you should change that to your next team name.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna say that this pitcher for the Rockies, Bradley Blaylock, is $4,000. Not saying I'm using him because it's Arizona, but I am just mentioning he is $4,000.
Sure.
That is, you get me 10 fantasy points at $4,000. Salute to you, sir. You did your job.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't mind the Bone and Brant Francis call just because of the matchup, and it's in LA. Obviously a little bit of a better pitcher's ballpark there. So, know the risks with a $5,800 pitcher, but it is an 8-game slate. Can help you spend up for some of your offensive plays. Over on at the catcher position here, you get the Yankees. Obviously, is an offensive option for you. It's a little tough because you're not going to want to go against Sale or Snell in these spots. So you're kind of killing two offenses out of the gate here. So what are some of your thoughts at catcher?
Austin Wells, even though it's lefty, he's been really good for the Yankees for an extended period of time. So I would play him in a Yankee stack. Higashioka or whoever's starting for the Padres behind the plate. Obviously, those are two good spots. Dude, the Brewers are batting El Gary right in the middle of that lineup when there's a lefty on the mound. He's been hitting third when lefties are on the mound. It is what it is. He just hits lefties at this point. So if you want to play El Gary, there's still power in that bat. He actually has been very serviceable as a backup catcher when he's been healthy this year. So 3,600 for Gary Sanchez. Wouldn't shy away from Joey Bart, who's living up to the hype right now. He is obviously in the best stretch of his career currently. And Joe Musgrove has not been a good pitcher, as you mentioned, pre-injury. But that's, you could
Kirk.
play.
I would do Kirk versus Daniel.
Yeah, you could, of course, Kirk and Heim down here, Campusano down here.
Yeah.
Who's been really good? I don't know why the Rangers love playing two catchers, but they've always, they remember the Garver Heim days.
Yeah.
Carson Kelly has been really, really good for them. Back-to-back days with multi RBIs in Yankee Stadium. 800 OPS over his last 10 games. He's the number one defensive catcher in baseball. He has saved the most runs or thrown the most runners out. So if he's going to be that effective behind the plate, that's the thing. And did you see this dude?
Adrian Del Castillo?
Del Castillo has been,
dude, he's had 6 hits over his last 2 games.
Dude, we've talked about this before, right? We've talked about this with players. Reese Hines was the most recent person, right? Gets called up, going nuclear. In every other at bat that he's gotten out in, he struck out. Every other at bat, he's been a hit or a strikeout. Every at bat, right?
Yep.
So I'm not saying I wouldn't play him here because if he's in the lineup, screw it.
Up against a 4K pitcher who's never rarely pitched above AA. I'm
going to play him. Look, if he's in the lineup, that's no doubt the chalkiest catcher play of the day. Plug and play and you move on because he's 2,100 against.
Dude, it's not only that they hit him 5th or something.
Yeah, right? yeah. No, he is clearly the play, and he was good in AAA hitting. He didn't just. This isn't just a 1,000 OPS at AAA.
Yeah, PCL boost maybe, but hell, he's carrying it over. So
that's your just if you want to just we could just plug him in now, and we'll just not worry about catcher. Okay, you already had him plugged in.
Okay, yeah. There's no way they sit him, right? Because they didn't play him Saturday. They only played him on.
It does. Look, if they do, they do. Guys, brothers, please.
Brother.
Brother.
Vladdy can't be stopped. So.
No.
If you want to run him out there, you can against Dyson Daniel or Davis Daniel. Dyson Daniel? Davis Daniel?
No.
What is his name?
No, Dyson Daniels is
the basketball player.
Is the Atlanta Hawk.
Okay.
New Atlanta Hawk wing. Yeah. Yes.
Where is this dude's name? Right?
Davis Daniel. Davis Daniel.
Basketball in the brain. Shout out USA Gold there. Davis. Anyway,
shout out Steph Curry.
Shout out Steph Curry, the GOAT. $5,700. You want to rock that all day? I'm fine with it. I'm not shying away from Kansas City here against Lopez.
No, I'm not either.
So Pascantino at 49. You can plug him in as well for sure.
Would you play Salvi?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I feel like I'd rather the lefty righty matchup there, the way Pasquantino's been swinging of late, but I'm fine either or.
Agreed.
Value plays.
I mean, Hoskins 42, Canna 42. If you want to play like the split guys, right? Like those are your split plays in the 4K range.
Yeah, go Bell here, 35 against. Just
Yeah,
go
that
all
I mean,
Arizona here.
Yeah, we're gonna probably be super.
Nathaniel Lover's Bayo, knowing the lefty power troubles that he has.
Dude, Nathaniel Lowe homered today. A couple multi-hit games lately. He's starting to come back. I mean, it's been a weird season for him,
an
but
inconsistent year. Yeah,
it has been. But he's been good lately.
Yeah.
Dom Smith, 32, pitcher. When is he getting his pitcher eligibility?
Yeah, no kidding. They did say that Costas isn't going to be ready until he says he's pain free. So even though he's been doing a bunch of rehab games, some thought maybe we would see him this weekend. That did not happen. They got swept by Houston, which certainly isn't helping their playoff chances down the stretch here. So they may be less inclined to rush him back. I will say this: if you're a AAA pitcher, good luck to you because you're now facing a top of the lineup that Marcelo Mayer, Roman Anthony, Kyle Peel, and Tristan Casas. That's 3 top 30 MLB prospects, 2 top 15, and Tristan Casas. So probably a rough day for AAA squads going into Worcester. Anyways, let's go to second.
Like the Orioles the last couple of years, right? Like
everybody's rolling through Baltimore here. Or Norfolk, right? That's where their team is.
Norfolk,
second base. I guess we'll see on Marte. He's young with an ankle contusion there.
Yeah, homered, walked, said peace.
Yeah, got hurt. Yeah. We'll see if he's in there or not. Fine going Semien at 47. Xander and Terang. Probably no Terang with Xander against Gonzalez. Marco Gonzalez still pitching here. So $4,700. Let's see. Hamilton. I know we don't like the price tag on Hamilton, but
we don't.
I mean, there is a threat for stolen bases if he can find his way on base here.
That is the only condition if we know that Tyler Mahle is a threat to be stolen on.
Gavin Lux 31.
Yeah, man. I mean, he continues to.
Ooh, wait a minute. Where is this? Let's see what the price is. 5,800 shortstop only. Okay. Mookie Betts expected to make his debut.
Yeah,
on Monday, so.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if DraftKings had forgotten about him and priced him down, but shortstop only. Though he's going to be playing in the outfield.
I was going to say it's kind of we had the time. No, we had the time to make that adjustment because they announced it 3 days ago.
They did. Anyways, Gavin Lux is there.
Yeah, I think Gavin Lux is a great. I'm wondering because. You saw also the report was they're going to keep Ohtani leading off.
Yes.
So does that put Betts? I'm assuming that means they're just going to stagger righty lefty. So then they just become matchup proof at that point.
Yeah, Betts hits second. Teoscar hits fourth.
Yeah, and then but Lux has been so good, he still probably hits sixth, fifth, sixth, in the middle of the lineup. 3,100 definitely can play him against Freddie.
Yeah, Will Smith probably takes the biggest dig there because he's been hitting second.
Yes,
with Betts out. So.
It also is interesting. Smith hasn't been great, but he was hitting third the last couple of years, right? The last couple of years, he's hit third. So we'll see. I'd be okay just a little higher, IKF, who leads off for Pittsburgh now, which is this is an insane world we live in. That IKF is a leadoff hitter.
Leading off for Toronto this year, and he was good. So.
No, I know, but
the sustained production from IKF is certainly surprising. We did not expect that.
Spencer Horwitz, his replacement. If you're completely out on Davis Daniel, who for all intents and purposes you should be out on at this point. He's been
tough couple games for Sogard, but $2,700. He should be in the lineup.
And we'll get Emmanuel Valdez, who Boston hit so weird with this guy because they hit him second on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I know Devers wasn't in the lineup, so things were what they were. But it's just such a weird thing because if he's hitting second in a Boston lineup at 3,300, I'm interested. But he's been
he's a strikeout or homer and more strikeout than homer this year from him. So
Yeah. Well, dude, but the fact that you even say
sure.
that makes me interested at 3,300, right? Like if he were to hit second, the fact that there's a home run or like
Yep.
home run a bit like upside, like I don't
Sure.
feel that way about Gavin Lux. I feel that Gavin Lux has been good lately, but Glaber and shout out Glaber 3,600 slightly
I mean,
off.
I like Volpe when we get to short against a lefty there.
Yeah, yeah.
Devers should be in the lineup here to 6K. Manny Machado has been really good, $5,700 for him against a lefty in Marco Gonzalez. Chapman, I know Jazz is lefty, but he's been obviously really good here. So I don't think there's many wrong answers to third base. Top half, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is either. I mean, obviously Chapman's going to be the lowest owned of the bunch, probably him and Riley. Those are probably, if you want to be
Mm-hmm.
contrarian, those are two guys you play. Obviously get to Devers, Machado, as you mentioned, has been great. Jazz is one of 5 players in baseball now, 2020. So I mean, pretty good. Also, he has
Yeah,
just recently homered against a lefty. His first Yankee Stadium home run came against a lefty. So if you want to play Jazz, it's very boomer bust. I know lefties are what's killing Brady Singer, and I know Royce Lewis has been another boomer bust guy, but there's just no reason he's under
yeah,
5K when he's going good, or just in general with the power upside. So I know this is the worst split for against Singer, but I'd be interested in Lewis at 49.
sure.
Easily interested in.
Mid-tier options for us here. We always talk power with Josh Young and Bayo giving up a lot of home runs. Josh Smith is there also if he's in the lineup at $3,800 from the left side of the plate. Any other third baseman on your radar?
Eugenio continues to be productive. If you want to play Suarez, 64
Yeah,
RBIs, and never thought we'd get there. Joey Ortiz has been good again for the Brewers, 3,500. Maybe he's hitting near the top of the lineup, but a lot of RBIs for Joey Ortiz over the last handful of games. Homered on Sunday, so 3,500 for him, I think, is firmly in play. Paul DeYoung, if you're we've talked about it kind of all year with DeYoung. He is good against righties. He's not good
yeah,
against other side of the split. So that'd be interesting. I think Donovan Solano is a great play here. We didn't mention him at first base. Donovan Solano has been pretty incredible for who Donovan Solano is. I mean, look, I'm not like sitting here saying Donovan Solano has this incredibly high ceiling, but also he's been notoriously good against lefties. And if you're just looking at Donovan Solano as a whole lately, he has been awesome. Reason why the Padres have been awesome and won 9 of their last 10 games and are like 2.5 games back of the Dodgers is, Donovan Solano's hitting 313 with
yeah,
the 800 OPS this year. So 2,900 gets the split advantage. Definitely in there. Clement is obviously someone that you and I play a lot. Righty left or righty spot. Don't hate it because the stolen base upside for him is here. I wanted to get to. There was some Yankees that I wanted to. Where's my
yeah.
boy
Cabrera's
LeMahieu's
24. Yeah,
25 and Cabrera? Yeah, Cabrera's 25 or 24 and LeMahieu's 25. I think Oswaldo makes a lot of sense if you're playing Yankees, kind of a wraparound stack type play. He has been super,
yeah.
super consistent lately. So if he's in the lineup, I'd go there. And DJ LeMahieu has been better. Someone I've crapped on all year. And as a Yankees fan, I think
I mean, they
he's
brought in
given me
JD
reason
Davis to
too.
try to help
Um,
offense at that position, and DJ LeMahieu was good enough to get him to be gone. So
Yep, started hitting, and then see you later, JD Davis and LeMahieu now $2,500. Yankees I think that's the good part about the Yankees. If you want to play Judge Soto, who both homered, they had 3 home runs combined on Sunday. If you want to play Judge Soto, there's so much opportunity to get to the rest
yeah,
of the Yankees
for
because
sure.
everyone else is.
We'll talk about again Volpe at short in a second here. But shortstop has Bobby Witt at the top. We have the returning Mookie Betts at $5,800. Corey Seager, a lot of power against Bayo against lefties here. Seager had the double dong in that series in Texas against Boston, so They are certainly familiar with each other in his recent success. Fitzgerald, when he's not hitting for power, all of a sudden he's now a stolen base phenom at 53. Is Winter Seager, I think, are the clear cut top guys here. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump over O'Neill Cruz there either. I mean, we don't know what Musgrove is going to bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with getting that even over $5,000. Probably not Adames, but he is home, and there has been a lot of home runs from Willie Adames lately. So honestly, probably everyone 5K and above is in play. Seager's probably my number one. Just with, I say it ad nauseum. I say it all the time. When Corey Seager's doing this, Corey Seager is unstoppable. He just hits home runs in bunches. 6 home runs in his last 10 games, and 11 RBIs over that span. Now gets a guy who's having a major issue with home runs when he's supposed to be a ground ball pitcher. So I think Seager's number one for me, but you can play each and every one.
We're going to look at the end of the year at Corey Seager's numbers and be like, imagine we didn't miss all those games.
Yeah. I know. He's going to hit 30. He's going to hit 30. He's going to probably end up like somewhere like 32, 33 home runs with like 80 RBIs.
Yeah, his per 162, if you go to Baseball Reference, obviously if he was going to play the entire season, 39 homers, 93 RBIs, 90 runs scored this year for him, which is actually kind of pretty bad ratios. You'd think 39 homers, only 93 RBI, but still, like, he's going to hit 40 if he played every day, the way his current paces are. Yeah, Tyler O'Neill. Yeah, I always go back to the Prince Field year when he hit 38 homers and had like 87 RBI. Just nobody was on base for him for Milwaukee. So yeah, top guys all in. I've mentioned his name a bunch, but Andy Volpe's still $3,700. I get recently the numbers have dipped against him, Texas and LA, but I'm willing to just go right back to the well here. The price tag is too good for what his upside can be, especially against a lefty in this matchup.
Yeah, obviously has hit a little rut
all year, right? Like ups and downs,
He has been. So there's been talk about his swing, and he had adjusted it, and it's just like randomly fallen back into old habit, and like last year habit and middle of the year habit. So that's not great because it's like you can watch it. Like there's videos out there where it's just 2 different swings, and one's good and one's not.
Did you see the side by side of Jackson Holiday, his swing before when he came out the first time, and his swing now?
Yeah, and we were just talking about it, the dude in the Cardinals,
Victor Scott,
Vitor, whatever. Yeah, Victor Scott. We're just the same thing, right? Like these dudes just go down, and like there's the light bulbs. Like
basically, Holiday was like dropping his hands while he was like loading up the swing. It was just like throwing timing off. So they got it to like where his hands are already at like a hitch position, and now he's hitting 440-foot homers to like upper decks, and it's like, oh.
Yes.
Off lefties.
Yeah,
just it is very hilarious that all it takes is a small adjustment like that. And only really like the good players can stick with it consistently, like you said. So guys like Volpe who get fixed for a week and then they think they're cured and they go back into old habits or whatever, and now they can't hit anything. I just, the price tag to me stands out when we're going to be looking to pay for Judge here.
I agree.
I don't mind Cedon at 42. He hits righties better. Ha-Seong Kim homered. He's been historically better against lefties. I mean, $4,100. I don't think you're going to go back to Arcia here.
Wait, they actually took the home run back. You were saying this Sunday. Yes, it was reviewed and it was called the ground rule double, and that's how they lost. Because it was a game tying home run in the 9th inning.
I only saw that he homered. I didn't realize they reviewed it. All right, well, he's got some hits in 3 straight then. Maybe starting to get going a little bit there. Are you playing Arcia versus Snell? I know you've been big on Arcia. 4 hits, the other day? Today?
Yeah, he did today. Yeah, 4 hits. I'm not playing. I mean, I've said all year, righties. That's been his bread and butter. I know Freeland was on the mound on Sunday, but it's also out of course. So like,
he had Perdomo lead off and no Marte.
That's what I was going to say. I would say Geraldo Perdomo would be the guy. For me, he also stole the base. So, like, he did a little bit of everything. Stole base, led off. I would say the 2023 All-Star Geraldo Perdomo would probably be the punt.
Yeah. Outfield we got?
Trevor Story is going to take batting practice?
Yeah. they think there's a chance he could be here at the end of this, probably before the end of the year. Outfield. People are excited about it. I'm like, for what? What is like defensively? We should be a reason. Like he's still a very good defender. The Red Sox infield defense outside of Ceddanne Rafaela has been horrid.
Who now plays the outfield?
Trevor Story is almost never giving us offense for any point in time that he's been on the team. He had like a good hot run for a hot minute, but that's about it. Outfield, Judge, 6,900. I'll never say you can't play Ohtani, but man, is he slumping the last 30 days here. Still has like a 900 OPS during that stretch somehow, but he's hitting like 228 or 230 or something like that during the 30-day stretch there. So not a good month for Shohei. Duran, Reynolds, Soto. I mean, you really can't go wrong. I'm not used to paying 53 for Profar, but we know he hits lefties well. What are your feelings on this?
I mean, I'm getting to Yankees here. I like Kai Busch wasn't terrible in that start against Oakland, but he walked so many batters, and he did this at the minor league level. Control problems are an issue, and control problems against Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. If that means control issues out of the zone is one thing, but if control issues also happen in the zone, like they're going to hit home runs. So Soto and Judge, Soto hit 2 bombs off Andrew Heaney on Sunday. So like you're scared, or one against Heaney, but like Soto also hits 300 against lefties. So I'm not shying away. I would say the Yankees duo are the best plays here. Ozuna obviously had a pretty good series this weekend and just has been on a tear this season. Against Snell, if you want to play him as a one-off, that's fine. Jarren Duran, like it just feels like he's cooled off, and then you look and it's like 300 average still. It's crazy. You want to get to him, Reynolds is fine, Profar is fine. Soler has hit a jillion home runs in Coors Field. I mean, he has to be like one of the all-time leaders for opposing player home runs in Coors. I swear he has hit so many home runs there, but not back in San Fran where he got traded from. I don't know. Kevin Pillar's $5,000 for no reason. That is something, I guess. Buxton's been really good again.
2 homers on Sunday for Byron Buxton there.
Then we can play Corby. Just where's Arizona? Just get to all the Arizona guys. They did lose Lourdes, by the way. Lourdes also got hurt on Sunday. That's Giancarlo home runs in back-to-back days. This is like your Morel. This is like your Christopher Morel thing. When you talk to Christopher Morel home runs in consecutive days, that man is like the streakiest player in like the history of baseball.
Yeah,
he's homered in back-to-back days. Has a bunch of extra base hits lately, bunch of RBIs. Giancarlo Stanton is very live for like multi-home runs in this spot.
I can see that. What is his price tag at? 46. Jackson Merrill's been absurd.
He's been absurd.
Marco's been a reverse splits guy for most of his career.
Yep.
So you want that? You certainly can. Weiler's there. We know the power. Chorio's been hot. Jock Peterson. You talk about just going to Arizona. Where's our guy? Where's McCarthy?
He's 39.
39. Yeah. So yeah, I can play all of them. Where did this come?
Play all of them. No, I don't know. I don't know. The power is just absurd. And like still 16 stolen bases. Dude, he's played 100 games. Is he gonna hit 300 over? This is the guy we thought this was last year. No, like
sporadically last year, and then 2 years ago, and then like 3 years ago. We've been on this. We've talked to Jay McCarthy for a while because he has speed and he's shown pop, and then he randomly gets sent to AAA.
Yes.
So
and now he's hitting 303 with an 826 OPS.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of it's recency driven. I mean, a couple of 4 3-hit games since the end, in basically the last 2 weeks. I mean,
no, sure, but like it just gives you flash of what the upside is, right?
Yeah, Yoshi's been better lately. He's 4K. He probably wouldn't go there with all the Colorado, with all the Arizona guys.
Wallner 41. If you want the split against Brady Singer, he's been really
good.
I'd play Varsho. He's heating up. If you want to play some
another guy that just goes through crazy stretches where just like ice cold and hot.
So, yeah, he's had a really weird career.
Really 14 weird. Homers, 10 stolen bases for Varsho this year.
He's such a weird, just like baseball.
He came up as a catcher and then they moved him to the outfield.
I know, so. Dude, he's so good, and he's so good in the outfield. Yeah. He's so good in the outfield. I'd play Verdugo. They actually let him off. I know I said maybe you get Glaber. It goes through like waves on who they lead off, but if Verdugo leads off 32, no lefty. I'm not like terribly worried about that necessarily.
Alec Thomas will play if there's no Lourdes.
Did he homer or stole a base? He did something over the
weekend. He stole a base today. He went 1 for 5 with a stolen base.
I mean, he's really cheap.
He's 2,500. We don't think, right? I mean, like just a punt.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
$2,300. Andrew Benintendi.
Dude, I looked at our fantasy league the other day. It was like highest PR 15 guy, and it was him. And I was like, well,
what happened?
No, I mean, again.
I'm probably asking the wrong person for this, but like, what? Dude, he was the worst player.
His nickname was Benny Biceps, right? You know, like.
Yeah, but like.
I don't know.
There's punters in the NFL that have big biceps.
He was the best hitter in college the year he was drafted. Like literally best batting average in college. At some point, he like lost his swing because he wanted to be Benny Biceps and like hit all these home runs just instead of just settling for being like a 20 to 25 homer guy. He just went all in on launch angle and like just couldn't swing anymore. I don't know, man. He's making contact. I'm not going there, but you know,
I'm just saying 2,300.
I'm like, the reason I'm not going there is because like I'm just gonna plug in Louis Hill. And just,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
it's probably Heel Fott and just move on there. Like
Heel Snell.
You like Snell over Fott? That works.
I do. I think there's a higher ceiling.
That's fine. Go McCarthy. Can't spell the name. I saw Kale. I don't know why I did that. Jake.
Kale. That's.
Don't even.
You are the last person I would ever expect.
Oh, Kale is disgusting.
Yeah,
Kale is disgusting.
If I were to line up every person I know in my whole life, you'd be at the end of the list.
Somebody's like, "You want this kale salad?" One time, I was like, "Sure." It looks like lettuce. It was the grossest thing I've ever had in my life. I was like, "Who eats this willingly?"
This is maybe the least surprising conversation you and I have ever had.
Are we doing like a full outfield of?
Well, the only problem is then we're not playing Judge Soto or one of the two.
Okay, so
that would be my issue.
3,500, second, third, and short.
I mean, I think Oswaldo or DJ LeMahieu plug perfectly into third. Oswaldo's been better, but second is the worst position of the two.
Yeah, second's the worst because we don't have Marte likely to play.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can play. Well, you could also do. You're so close to Seager.
I was so close to bets. Seager fits though. One off.
I think Seager's the better play than Mookie.
Sure, I like to play narratives. You know me.
Yeah, that's
Mookie back. You know, like the
guy
hit like 7 homers, and the guy hit 7 homers in this whole series. So like,
you know what? Does he still have 7? Because he went a long period of time not hitting home runs.
10.
I mean, he also played 69 games after that Soul Series, and
he had 4 in 5 games basically, and then he went. He like sporadically. There's a stretch.
No. There's no sporadic. There's
5, 12.
Full month.
4-13. He went a whole month.
He went an entire month without homering.
Whole month.
Corey Seager has 6 in his last 10 games.
Yeah, and then he hasn't homered since June. So I mean, like he's really slumping right now.
Yeah, he is really slumping right
now. All right, example lineup: Louis Hill, Blake Snell, Del Castillo, Bell, Cabrera, Solano, Seager, McCarthy, Carroll, Judge. Get your D-back stack, double spinning up Seager, Judge. Getting expensive pitching, Snell, Heel as well. I mean, it's looking like a pretty damn good lineup.
Pretty good lineup.
I like it. I like it.
Lineup.
James will be on the playbook, everybody. We'll be back live at 5 p.m. Make sure you tune into that. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We appreciate you all. We'll see you then.